next trade will be a winner or a loser. But if you follow your strategy and take enough trades, you'll start to see the probabilities play out. The problem, he says, is that most traders approach the market as if each trade is an isolated event with no connection to the past or future. They place a trade and immediately start hoping for a win. And when they lose, they're disappointed because they expected the trade to go a certain way. But that expectation is the enemy of rational thinking. Douglas urges traders to stop viewing each trade as a do-or-die situation. Instead, they should approach every trade as just one of many, knowing that some will win and others will lose. It's the overall outcome that counts. The key to this approach is risk management. By managing your risk and making sure that your winners are bigger than your losers, you create a scenario where even if you lose more than you win, you can still make money. This is because, over time, the probability of success works in your favor. For instance, if you have a 60% win rate, you can expect to win on 6 out of 10 trades. But the key is not to focus on the outcome of each individual trade. Focus on sticking to your strategy, managing risk, and accepting that losses are part of the process. Douglas emphasizes that successful traders are those who think in probabilities and who embrace uncertainty. They don't need to know what will happen next. They understand that the market is constantly changing, and the only thing they can control is how they respond.
doesn't just talk trading. We live it. This ain't signals and shiny indicators, it's raw skill, real setups, supply and demand, psychology and precision. If you're ready to level up, you're in the right place. Every trade has a reason, every move is calculated. I'm here to break it all down. Live trades, breakdowns, game plans, so you can stop guessing and start executing like a pro. Lock in, take notes, and remember, amateurs react, professionals anticipate. This game rewards patience, but punishes hesitation. It's not about doing more, it's about doing it right. The setup speaks, the chart tells a story. Are you listening? Most people chase the move. We prepare for it. Zoom in, lock in. Let's get into it.
Good morning. I am here. Good morning. Go ahead and like this video real quick. Go ahead and like it so that YouTube continues to share this video, this stream with new people. Let me go this way. All right. All right, this is Yo Javi, and I am super happy, super stoked to be here with you this morning. I want to encourage you to stay strong. This journey is it's simple, but it's not easy. It's simple, but not easy, and you're going to fail a lot. Even having the knowledge, even knowing what you're doing, you or me, like, we don't control the market. You don't control the market. I don't control the market. Every trade, the outcome of every single trade, it's random. Yes, you have an edge. Over 100 trades, when you have an edge, that edge should work in your favor. But every single trade has a random outcome. Don't think that the market owes you anything. The market does not owe you or me. It doesn't owe us anything. So we have to internalize that. We have to internalize it. The market does not owe us anything. And what we're doing is we're like fishermen. We are trying to fish for the best setups, right? We're trying to fish profits. We're not always going to catch profits, but that doesn't mean we're going to stop fishing. Let me check something here real quick. All right. My man's Devin. Yeah, I see you connected on Discord. What's up, bro? What's up? What's good? Yes, I read your comment. You know, we live and learn. We just keep going. We keep growing through adversity. Like, we're just gonna keep growing through adversity, bro. And even me, like, I face a lot of adversity, but we are here to become better, to help each other out, and we are not gonna quit. We have this next 6 months to become the best traders that we can be. So let's go ahead and talk about the topic that we're talking about today, which is again, we're on the Candlestick Trading Bible. We're going to be talking about the hammer candlestick pattern. That's what we're talking about today. Real quick, I did notice yesterday that I went on a Spanish stream. I did a Spanish stream, and we actually got new people on the stream connected. One person from Venezuela. That just let me know that YouTube will continue showing the stream to new people. Of course, a smaller audience at first, but as long as we stay supporting the stream, YouTube will help us grow it. The more people that connect, the more people will ask key questions that you didn't even think about. So let's just help this channel grow, help the streams grow, because that's just gonna help everybody in the long run. Santana, good morning, bro. Good morning. How you doing, bro? All right, we are gonna look at the Candlestick Trading Bible. Let's go ahead and look at it. Any questions before I get started? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling this morning? How y'all feeling? Talk to me. And I do have on Discord, I am looking at my chat too. So Devin, if you have anything to say, I will look at that. But let's go ahead and get started here. I do want to say this book is already helping me so much. Do not underestimate the power of these candlestick patterns. Don't underestimate the power of this book. Just because it's a free PDF, it does not mean it's not powerful. It is. I've already been using this the Morningstar candlestick pattern. I used this. It helped me get a few wins, like 2. I'm just gonna say 2 at least. The evening star candlestick pattern, this also helped me. Like, we're gonna be talking about the hammer today, but do not sleep. Even the dragonfly, the gravestone dojis, like, do not sleep on these patterns. Please practice them. Everything that we've been going through, engulfing, doji, dragonfly doji, gravestone, morning star, evening star, we have these live streams up. If you have not watched those, go ahead and watch those throughout the weekend. Get caught up, because these, I'm telling you, they are powerful. For example, let me see if we could actually look at let's see, at some of my wins here that had it. We had a morning star here. This was yesterday. Actually, this was the craziest reversal I've ever caught. Now, I'm not gonna say I rode it to the top. I'm not saying that, but the fact that my entry was just so perfect, I'm just gonna show you. So there was a morning star here, which indicated a reversal. We spoke about that. There was a 5-minute counter trend demand. I took it, and look at what happened. Let me just show you. Now, this had to do with the whole like war stuff going on with like Israel and Iran. It just, it just made it go all the way up. So this was a special case. It doesn't happen like this all the time. Yes, it was a reversal, because the reversal started. My entry was all the way down here. Now, I wish like I had a runner that just went all the way up, but it is what it is. It is what it is. The only way I could have realistically caught something like this is putting a stop loss, like for the runner right above the entry, and just let it rock. That's something that I may be doing from time to time, but this is not something that happens all the time. That doesn't happen all the time. This big spike like this is pretty much an act of war. So yeah, you gotta stay in tune with what's going on. But all right, let's go ahead and continue here. So the hammer, let's talk about the hammer. Let me know in the comments, does everybody have this book? Let me know in the comments. We have 6 people right now. Go ahead and like this video, share it on Facebook, Instagram, X, like, I don't know, share it everywhere that you can. Let's grow the community. Fernie, my man's Fernie, said good morning, bro. Santana, do you think the news with Iran will affect the markets a lot? It already did. This stuff, when the news come out, that's when it affects the market. Like, as soon as a headline comes out, the market will react, and that's it. Like, it's priced in already. This whole war stuff, it's priced in. Yes, it will bring volatility, so it will affect it, yes, but that big initial spike, we already had it. Even gold, I think, let's look at gold on the 1 hour chart. Look at this spike. Was this yesterday? Yep, the 12th at around 7 p.m. Now, I'm not sure when that whole attack happened, but I'm going to assume this was a spike. If it wasn't, let's just say if it was that, it wasn't, it still had to be, because this was like around 10, 11. I know it happened last night, so it's already priced in. Any other questions? I'll go ahead and continue talking about the hammer. I passed it, right? Yep. Okay, the hammer is also called the pin bar. So I have heard both names, hammer or pin bar. So the hammer candlestick is created when the open, high, and close are roughly the same price. So the open, high, and the close are roughly the same price. So it looks like a hammer. Put it that way. Let's not complicate it, like make this complicated. It's not. It looks like a hammer. You got that stick, right? That handle, and it's a hammer. So it has a long lower shadow that indicates a bullish rejection from buyers. So pretty much the sellers were pushing the market, but the buyers came in and they said, like they said, you're not going nowhere. and their intention to push the market higher. So the buyers want to push the market higher. That's the intention. So hammer pin bar, or hammer or pin bar, right? Little to no upper shadow. If you see like a little shadow, it could still be a hammer because it says little. Now they spelled this wrong here, but it could have a little wick shadow. It could have it, but if it's like this is a perfect hammer, perfect pin bar. So the closing price is right there, like open below. This is a bullish candle because it opened below, closed above, and it has that long lower shadow. The hammer is a reversal candlestick pattern. Like a lot of these patterns are reversal patterns. When it occurs at the bottom, it has to be at the bottom, and we're gonna go straight to the charts. You guys know I bring this to the charts. I don't just leave it on the book. We don't just talk theory. We actually back test this together. We see what the common behaviors are, like market behaviors after something like this, like after the candlestick patterns that we're learning. So yeah, all right, yep, let's look at it. All right, let me make sure we go through this and then we'll look at it. So this candle forms when sellers push the market lower after the open. So it opened, pushed the low, open down here, pushed the low, sellers pushed it, but then they got rejected by buyers. So the market closes higher than the lowest price. It's a bullish candle. You see, it could have a small wick, but you got to look for this on a downtrend. You see that? And I'm sure we'll see the relationship when it happens in an uptrend. So the market was trending down, the formation of the hammer, the pin bar, hammer, pin bar, hammer. I like to repeat these things. I'm not going to do it live here too much. I don't want to annoy you guys, but bring this to memory. Make the association, a hammer, a pin bar. Like, know that you could use these two names interchangeably. So hammer pin bar was a significant reversal pattern. The long shadow represents the high. Okay, we already pretty much said this in different ways. Toma papi, hold on real quick. Perfect. Okay, let me see if anything stands out. Okay, so that's it. Let's talk about the hammer. The hammer, the main thing you have to remember is you're looking for it in a downtrend, and you're looking for it to reverse the market. Will it always reverse the market? It won't. It won't do that. But we're gonna look at the charts. Hold on real quick. Okay, so let's look for it. The first thing we got to do, we're looking for a downtrend. So we got the downtrend. Is there a pin bar somewhere here? Nope. You see, I'm gonna say pin bar, I'm gonna say hammer. That's even to help me like burn it in my memory, right? So downtrend. Not one here. Afterwards, we will look to see what it does. Good morning, Poppy. We're gonna see what it does, just period, but yeah, Poppy. Like, we'll just look for it too, just to find it. And you know what? We'll stay focused on the downtrend. Then we'll just look for it to see what happens after it. Downtrend, is there a hammer? There's one here. You know what gives it away? It's this one right here. This hammer. It's actually two. Actually, no. I lied. It's one. It's this one right here. This one, because as we not that one, just the green one, because we said that the buyers, like the price, this is important, price close above the open. The closing was above the open. So it has to be a bullish candle, not a bearish candle. So this one right here, this green one, is the hammer. And look at what happened. Look at what happened after. We have a downtrend. You see, I'm bringing this to the real market, to what's going on today, like nowadays. This was in May, right? So pretty current. I'm gonna point at it with this. That candle right there.
Urges traders to stop viewing each trade as a do or die situation. Instead, they should approach every
You see, downtrend, pin bar, hammer, right? Both names. I'm gonna keep using both. So hammer. I'm gonna share this with you guys. Or pin bar.
managing your risk and making sure that your winners are bigger than your losers. You create a scenario where even if you lose more,
I'm just gonna put it like this so I could share it.
you'll make money. This is
Okay.
because over time,
Hammer, pin bar,
works in your favor. For instance,
same thing.
if you have a 60% win rate, you can expect to win on 6 out of 10 trades.
I want you guys to remember it, so I'm gonna say,
The outcome of each individual trade.
what happened? The piano?
On sticking to your strategy, managing risk, and accepting that losses are part of the process. Douglas emphasizes that successful traders are those who think in probabilities and who embrace uncertainty. They don't need to know what will happen next. They understand.
You guys get it. I'm not gonna do all of that.
and the
You guys
only
get
thing
it.
they can control is how they respond.
You guys get it. Let's not complicate this. So look at what happened. Downtrend. Just making sure. So we got the downtrend. We got the hammer. Vashi, happy Friday. Happy Friday. So downtrend, hammer or pin bar, and then look at what happened. Market actually started going up. After seeing a pin bar, this could be an entry. I would wait. And let's just say, even if I don't wait, let's just say I put my stop loss below the lowest low, the swing low. Go for 1-to-1 as the first target. First target right there. And then you could have a runner going for higher risk to reward ratios. You see, you could enter the market so many different ways. Let's just say that this was a runner and you put the stop loss like right here, right at break even. A lot of people do break even. I'm gonna say break even. So if you put it at break even, what happened, Papi? If you put it at break even and you didn't move it, then look at this. I'm not, and honestly, a lot of people won't hold this long. This would not be realistic for a lot of people, but if you just let it rock, the highest that it could have went was 1-to-11. But again, if you, let's say that you didn't stop there, it would have reversed and it would have stopped you out anyway. So most people would have not called that, but let's just say that you went for like a 1-to-5. That's more realistic, like having a high target for a runner. 1-to-5, you would have accomplished that. Perfect right there. That's an entry. Like strategies, a strategy is just an entry into the market. That's it. It gives you an entry. The stop loss is always up to you how you do it. A lot of people, at least, they'll go for the swing low. You know, pretty much if the market goes against you this way, it broke structure. So at that point, there's no sense of staying in there. This could be something that you back tested. I'm not saying take setups like this. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is back test it, see how it works over 100 trades. I'm just showing you how I go about finding different ways to enter the market. I'm pretty flexible about that. I'm not, yes, I trade supply and demand. That's my bread and butter, but I'm more open to the opportunities that I see in the market. No, I cannot move with FOMO. Like, FOMO is one thing. I still need a bunch of confluences to work in my favor. So if I don't have a bunch of confluences, I don't have a setup, I don't have a trade, I don't have an entry. So let's put this here. I'm gonna send y'all this. Because I want y'all to have this. Elias, good morning. Good morning. I want you guys to have this. I want you guys to have this. Soon I will get a third monitor. I have 2 monitors. I'm gonna get a third one so I can put this stuff on the other one. Because now that I added Discord, it has an extra screen. So, you know, I can't put everything on the second monitor. I have it here, but I'm gonna get another one. Pretty soon. Okay, so that's the hammer, the pin bar, right here, as the book talks about. This is textbook stuff. Look, downtrend, pin bar. Now I added the entry. The entry being the break of that candle, the break of the pin bar, the break of the hammer. Meaning once the market goes up, so right here, this was the entry. The market went right up. So the wick, it has to either have a body going past it or the wick. Once it goes past it, usually I put an order. So the market or the broker just gets me in automatically. It would have got me in, it would have went into drawdown a little bit, and then it would have went in my favor. Does that make sense? Like, everything that I'm showing you guys, is it making sense? I want to make sure that this is not just helping people that know a lot, but people that don't know much. All I did really was, number one, I'm reading this book, the Candlestick Trading Bible. I'm looking at the different candlestick patterns. I found one. Well, I didn't find, we're going through these different ones. We're talking about the hammer. I'm looking for a hammer, looking for what it says here. It says that the hammer is a reversal pattern. So it told us right here, it occurs at the bottom. This is pretty much the key to what I did. This is the key. I look for the downtrend because it says downtrend. So it's a downtrend and it reversed. That's all I did. And then you see downtrend, look for the downtrend, look for that pin bar, that hammer, and I chose that same hammer as the entry. That's it. The entry, the stop loss, usually you could look for the bottom. If this would have been crazy, like down here, I'm not gonna put my stop loss there. I would have probably put it right under the pin bar, right under the hammer. This would have been another option. I would say don't have like huge stop loss, like a huge stop loss, because a trade that's not gonna work out, it's just not gonna work out usually. At least for me, for the way that I trade. Like when I looked at my data, most of my trades that be in drawdown, they end up losing anyway. So I don't put the stop loss so far down anymore. Fernie, my man Fernie says it's making sense. So I want to ask, like, so yes, I know the topic is making sense, but do you guys see my mindset when it comes to, I'm not making up new strategies. I'm just, like, through the things that I'm learning, I'm finding different ways to enter the market. That's it. All of these different things that I'm learning just give me different entries. And because everything else is just risk management, my risk to reward is pretty much always the same. I start at 1 to 1 and I use runners. So with that with that framework, I could be flexible. I'm not telling you, and I'm saying this June 13th, 2025. I don't know where I'm gonna be at next year, right? Because we learn, we grow. As of right now, this is what's actually working for me. Maybe the market changes, the market conditions, maybe it doesn't work for me anymore. I don't know. But I remain nimble. I remain swift. Yes, you don't want to make too many changes to what you do because you want your edge to play out. So sometimes when you're losing, you don't have to change anything. Sometimes you just got to keep trading, remain disciplined. And I want to talk about discipline real quick. Discipline is not easy for most people. If you are not disciplined outside of the charts, you're not going to be disciplined when you're on the charts. It's just not going to happen. So I'm working on my discipline. I hope that everybody here is working on their discipline because the market will make you want to get out of character. It will make you want to break your trading plan. It happens to all of us. It happens to everybody. I don't care who you are. It happens to everybody. So let's look for more hammers. Yeah, so Vashi said yes. So identify a hammer, pin bar, wait for a candle to close above that hammer candle for an entry. I don't wait for the close. My entry is never to wait for the close. My entry is always the break of that candle. Like literally, as soon as this candle went like this, I'm in. Like I literally have an order pending. I will have an order pending right there at 32.56, and the market itself is gonna put me in. Once it puts me in, I put my stop loss. I set my stop loss and I just let it rock. Now I'm not saying do this. I'm saying back test it because this is literally the first time that I saw this. The first setup, we have to back test it and see if it works out like that most of the time, or if we have to make any adjustments. But in reality, I'm showing you the hammer, number one, because it is a candlestick, a pattern. But I'm not even telling you to use it as a strategy. You could use it as confluence. For example, it would be better for me to do this. If I see that pin bar, that hammer, and then I see a demand setup, that pin bar is confluence for me to take this demand. Let's just imagine that this candle actually touched my zone and then it went up. If I see this pin bar, this is already telling me that the market is going to reverse, or is hinting at it. We got the downtrend, we got that reversal candlestick, and we got a demand. At that point, yes, this is counter trend, and let's see. Yep, EMAs is going against them, is going against VWAP. I would reduce, if I take a setup like this, I have to reduce my risk because it is counter trend. But we got break of minor structure. That's one confluence, or another confluence. Break of structure again right here, and break of structure again. So we got break of structure 3 times. A setup like this is something that I would consider. Why? Because I have a bunch of confluences, 3 break of structures, that hammer, pin bar, right? The market just coming back into my zone and wicking. Let's just say it was a wick. That's another confluence. So I'm saying use these candlestick patterns as confluences. If you want to use them as an entry, you have to back test. You have to back test. You got to see if you have to wait for the market to drop for a while, maybe for a whole session, then get a pin bar. You have to study these things. Okay, Vashi said, yes, it makes sense. Reading candles and patterns will always be the base to even start looking for a possible entry for any strategy, plan, rules. Yes, discipline is always key. That's right. You got what I'm saying. Like she just summed it up. That's exactly what I'm saying. Okay, once the next candle to the hammer, pin bar goes above it, that's my entry cue. Exactly. It will be the next candle, right? The next candle, once that next candle goes past the high of the previous one, that's the entry. That's how I do it. That's my entry signal. For whatever strategy I use, like that pretty much is my signal, because that's showing me the market's intention. The market intends to go up. And okay, yes, reading wicks as a form of confluence and possible entry. Wicks are powerful, especially when you get a bunch of them. Like you got 3 wicks here, and then the market went up. It's rejections. That's the market rejecting. Here is rejecting the sellers from going down, and then it just goes the opposite way. I love wicks. Like when I see a bunch of wicks, I get excited. I definitely do. Like I love wicks, especially for the entry. Like a wick, wick in my zone. A candle wick in my zone. It's perfect. That's actually, I like those setups the most. I try not to take actually a demand setup or a supply setup what happened? Eat it. I try not to take a setup if the candle doesn't wick the zone. I'm not saying I don't ever take them, but I'd rather not take them. Yep, wicks tell a quick story of strength of trend or possible reversal. And even for supply and demand, like the wick reverses the market at that zone. So let's go ahead and let's look for one more. One more pin bar, one more hammer. This has a long wick. It has almost all of the characteristics, but this wick is almost half of this one, so I wouldn't consider it a hammer. This can't, even if this was green, if this was bullish, yes, but it's not. It has to be bullish. Why? Because the close has to be above the open. This has a short wick, so it has to have a long wick. This one right here. Now this one occurred at the top. There is one here, but this is occurring in an uptrend. So, from what I'm seeing here, in an uptrend, it works as a continuation, because these are buyers. Buyers are pushing up. Sellers try to come in, and they said, nope, we're gonna continue the trend. So I will backtest and see if in an uptrend, this hammer, this pin bar serves, or it works as a continuation pattern. We're looking together. Hold on real quick. Okay. There's another one here. I would say look for them, but you got to look at your strategy. Like you have to see how it relates to your strategy, to the way that you trade. Don't like just do what I'm doing. You know, the way that I'm doing this is because also of my strategy, supply and demand, liquidity grabs. I'm also, that's the context. You got to have context to the way that you backtest. And of course, if I'm backtesting precisely, then I have to look at my trading session, my trading hours. If I only trade from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., I should only be looking at the, like for those, hold on, eat it, papi. I should only be looking for this stuff during my trading session, my trading hours. That's once you're really dialing in. One more. This could be considered a hammer. It has a small wick. When you compare, I would compare the top wick to the bottom one. if this top wick is near anywhere like half the size of the bottom wick, I would not consider it a hammer. But this is me. This is not a rule. This is me, because it has to be a small wick. But in this case, it's not part of a downtrend. It's part of an uptrend, and it's continuing. Summing it up, it's pretty much it's a bullish like, yes, I know they said a reversal pattern. It's a bullish signal for me. It's just a bullish signal. No matter what, it looks like a bullish signal. Look at it here. Of course, the market here it had like no volume, but went up. Any questions? Any questions? Any comments? Any comments? That's pretty much it with the hammer. Hold on real quick. Okay, that's pretty much it with the hammer, with the pin bar. It looks like a hammer, literally. I would definitely study this, practice this. What happened, puppy? Okay, I gotta go. I gotta take care of my son. Vashi, I know we have a one-on-one. I have to finish something for work first, so I will send you a message as soon as I'm ready. I'll send you a message. It shouldn't take me more than like half an hour, but I do gotta get that done real quick. And I'll let you know on Discord. Any questions, anybody, any questions about this? And listen, we gotta give a round of applause. We have 8 people on the live today. 8 people, come on, this is good. We usually have anywhere between like 1, 3, like anywhere between 1 and 3, sometimes 5. 5 and 6 is usually the top. 8 people right now, that's definitely something to celebrate. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like the video, subscribe. Go ahead and like it right now so YouTube can continue showing this video, these live streams to everybody. Like, we're here every Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 9. I say 9, but sometimes if I have the time, I continue. Although pretty much I will be on Discord every time I get off of this live. For now, I will be on Discord. Today is the exception because I do have to do something for work, and I do have a one-on-one with Vashi. So pretty much I'm done streaming for the day. And yes, Santana, like he said, your Spanish lives are doing good too. They really are. Vashi said, everyone hit the like button. Go ahead and hit the like button right now. It will help the live streams. The Spanish streams though, they really are surprising me. 10, we got 10 people. Come on, we got it. Yo, what's going on here? What's going on here? Like, that's amazing. That's a classroom somewhere. I don't look at it as like, oh, I don't have 1,000 people on a live stream. No, it's 10 people that are getting value from this. If out of those 10 people, if I could sow a little seed that helps you in your life, it could be trading, maybe not. Maybe I say something that helps you with something else, maybe with your discipline. Like, I just want to make sure I'm being a positive force here on YouTube, that I'm being a positive individual, that you guys are getting value from me. As long as you guys are getting value from me, if it's not about trading, that's okay. That's okay. Not everybody will trade forever. I definitely hope that everybody that's learning with me, I hope that you accomplish your goals with trading. That's it. That's it. My goal with trading is to support my family, number 1. Number 2, I definitely want to travel the world with my family. So my goals, of course, I would love to have a nice house, big house, nice car and everything, but that's not what moves me. What moves me really is my son, my family, my wife, my kids. Like, that's really what moves me, right, Poppy? Say right.
Say right.
I love you, Poppy. I love you, Poppy. Don't be shy. I love you. That's really what moves me. So, Elias, tremendo live in Spanish. I'd rather be on a live with a small number so I can actually ask questions. That's the thing. Santana just said it. Like, you guys ask questions. Look, I'm gonna show you what I see. Hold on, let me give them this. Toma, puppy. I'm gonna show you what I see. I don't always have it on this screen, like I said, but right now, until I get my third monitor, this is what I see. And let me get out the way. let me get myself out the way. I see all of your comments, all of your questions. This is what I see. So I'm looking at them all the time. I'm making sure that I don't miss anybody. That's my goal, is to make sure that I'm answering everybody, that I'm providing value. I'm always looking. And I appreciate you guys for showing up every day. It lets me know that what we're doing here, what we're talking about, is valuable, is helping you guys. But I want to continue to provide value. So before I leave, let me know, what is the one thing that makes you come back to the live streams? Like, and I'm asking not because, I mean, like my kids will say, like, not to glaze. It's not a glaze. I want to know what's working. But what's working for you might be different than what's working for somebody else. For example, Vashi might be getting something different than Santana, or Elias might be getting something different than Fernando. Like, what are you getting from these lives? Let me know, because look, I got my notebook. I'm taking notes. Like, you guys let me know I'm taking notes. Well, obviously it's blank because I turned a page. I got the pen, this pen that my wife gave me yesterday. I love it. I love this pen. Oh, you guys can see it? I love this pen. So before I leave, what is one thing that you're getting from these live streams? Like, what is the one thing that makes you come back, that makes you support? Okay, I'm gonna write that down, or let me take a screenshot. So Fernie said, these lives help me be be consistent because it's part of my routine now. Perfect. I love that. I love that, because if we're going to be consistent, we need to have a routine. It will be almost impossible to be consistent if we don't have a routine. Like, one of the things that I do to have a routine is I have an Excel sheet on Google Drive where I track, like, what time I woke up, what time I went to bed. I track if I hit my 10,000 steps. Now, if I drink my water, like if I did my live streams, like we definitely got to have a routine. So I love that. Putting that here. My man Santana said that you and everyone actually pay attention to the questions, and the vibe on here makes a big difference. You are not a robot who just talks. Taking notes, because I want to give y'all more of what's helping y'all. Like, I don't do these lives for me. I mean, and they do help me. They do, because I'm going through the book and they do help me. So I can't be a hypocrite. They do help me. But at the same time, I want to make sure I'm being effective here. I want to make sure I'm not wasting your time. Like, we're live here. I'm not trying to waste your time. I'm trying to provide value. So I love that. So pay attention to the questions. And not a robot. And of course, I'm also going to take a screenshot. So Vashi said, I am getting refresher of what I already learned, and my confidence gets boosted, and I feel more positive about trading each time I pop on live. And I appreciate that, because you guys, the same way that I might lift your spirit up, you guys lift my spirit up too, because trading is not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. So we all have days where it's like this is taking a little bit longer than I want. This is, I had a winning day, but today I had a losing day and I'm feeling bummed out. Like, that happens to all of us. It happens to me. So I love the fact that you guys do that for me too. Hi, Bobby. Say hi. Say hi to the camera. Say hi.
Say hi.
Say, I'm trading.
Say, I'm trading.
What do you trade, Poppy? You trade oil?
You trade oil?
I'm trading oil.
You trade oil?
Yeah. I'm gonna be off soon, Poppy, okay?
Okay.
Alright, right back. Be right back. Okay, that's pretty much, you guys did provide enough value for me. Jad is not there. You guys did provide enough value for me, so value for me too. I'm gonna take a screenshot here. That's it. Pretty much, I don't have anything else. If you guys have any questions, let me know right now. If not, I'm off. I'm out. I don't see them. I do gotta go take care of my son now. You know, he's a toddler, so I gotta take him out. So I gotta do a few things, but Bashi, I'm not forgetting about you. I'm gonna definitely send you a message on Discord. All right, this is Yo Javi. The world is yours.